Hello this evening. Hello this evening to everyone. This is one of those, we're coming around the bend type situations. We are coming around the bend for this Charlie Kirk and his the ending of his life on this particular week ago, Wednesday, right? Charlie Kirk deserved to be home with his family. He deserved to be home with his family, and I get it. I do. We are ratcheting it up. We are having so many issues. We're having so many fights. People are acting like the whole world has flipped upside down, right? Some folks have lost their minds, flooding social media with rage, threats, accusations, instead of stepping down and dealing with this moment in a calm and humane way. The reaction has turned into a finger-pointing ugliness. It feels like people are using his death as an excuse to push their own agenda, and that's tearing the country apart even more. From where I stand as a Black person, what's most painful is how fast race got dragged into it. Instead of addressing the bigger issues of division between us, it turned into a racial tension and hate speech with threats flying in every direction. That kind of energy doesn't heal anything. It just makes old wounds deeper and more solid. It shows how much anger and resentment are still boiling under the surface in this country, and moments like this bring it all out into the open. Politics has gotten so toxic that we can't even mourn this man or debate without it turning ugly. The death threats, the racial slurs, the constant fighting and bickering, it's exhausting and damaging to all of us. It's like people forget we're supposed to share this country. This country is all of ours, and actually try to build a future together. If anything, this whole situation shows how badly America needs to be healed. But instead, it feels like we're sliding down a fucking slope. Let me play this from Ezra. A very wise and smart man. If you don't know Ezra, please.
Last week, Charlie Kirk was murdered while speaking at Utah Valley University. His murder has shaken me pretty deeply. In the days after his assassination, when I would close my eyes, I just kept imagining a bullet going through a neck. But it disturbed me in a different way when I would open my eyes and look online to see some of Kirk's allies declaring war, insisting that normal politics had failed, that the time to cleanse this country of the radical left, whatever that means, had come. When I'd see some of Kirk's critics mocking or reveling in his murder, sharing clips of his worst moments, suggesting in one way or another that he deserved this, that we were better off. This was not everybody. It was not most of us. It never is. But the nature of online algorithms means that it makes for a lot of what the most politically engaged see of each other. You could feel the temperature rising.
These people need to be defeated, not reasoned with.
You have the crazies on the far left who are saying, oh, Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance, they're going to go after constitutionally protected speech. No, we're going to go after the NGO network that foments, facilitates, and engages in violence.
In my life, I don't think we have ever felt as close as we do now to some kind of violent national rupture. Because it's not just Kirk. In the last few years, a bullet nearly ended Donald Trump's life. A man tried to burn Josh Shapiro and his family alive in their home. A man broke into Nancy Pelosi's home to kidnap her. And when he didn't find her, he fractured her 82-year-old husband's skull with a hammer. The former speaker of the Minnesota House and her husband were assassinated. The CEO of United Healthcare was gunned down in Midtown Manhattan, and many lionized his killer. Violence is viral. It infects, it spreads. Violence is combustible. It blazes into civil wars, into world wars, into totalitarian turns. Who knows which spark will light the wildfire? In the hours after Kirk's murder, trying to process my own shock, my own fear, I wrote a piece about him. In that piece, I said, you can disagree with virtually everything Kirk believed about politics. You can detest some of what he believed about politics and still believe that he was there on that stage, practicing politics the right way.
All right, we're going to get started, everybody. You know how it works.
Showing up to college campuses and trying to persuade people who disagreed with him.
We're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
I said that I had often wished my own side exhibited more of that spirit, that we went more often to the places where we knew people would disagree with us and talked to them, treated that disagreement as the beginning of a conversation rather than the end of one. I've published a lot of pieces over the years. I'm not sure I've published any with as polarizing reaction as that one. A lot of people appreciated it, particularly on the right. They felt it saw their friend and their ally more the way they saw him. And there were many people closer to my own politics who were truly infuriated by it.
That's Charlie. That's Ezra Klein, one of our most prolific writers of our time. Ezra Klein, Writing Dead. This is something that both of us have a problem with, not just the left. The right has a problem too. Your president is doing more to stroke this than anything else. Your president. I think our country did get worse. I made the thumbnail as though it was something that Obama started. I think it started with Obama. I think our country did get worse when Obama was elected because of two things. But let's listen to what the right has to say about why they think it happened. Why does the right think this happened the way that it happened? Hold on.
It's doing. But I think I'm pushing you a little bit into something more fundamental here.
No, but I think that they're connected.
This is where it becomes the fight over Western civilization. Because I would say during this period you have, when you're talking about Barack Obama with his sort of, micro-targeted polling or whatever it is, it's like you have the birther smear emergent on the right
again, I think
in a very potent way. So, right, Obama creates reaction as well, just by nature of who he is.
Well,
and
I
what
don't
he
think it's just
represents.
as easy as that. I mean, for people who don't, kind of live on the right and imbibe from the media of the right during this time, the understanding on the right was that Barack Obama was a much more divisive figure than the left and the traditional media like to say that he was. And they saw him as a fundamental transformative change agent who did not see the American experiment in a positive light. And they felt, the right, and I sort of agree with this, that he was dissimulating, that he was dissembling, that when he was saying that all the sort of positive, sunny, optimistic vision of America, that what he actually meant was the Cairo speech, where America was sort of a sinner in the Middle East. And that his view of American history was much more along the lines of...
Yeah, people are getting arrested for expressing their opinions. Everything that Charlie said he was against, freedom of speech, everything that man said he was against, people are getting arrested for. You should have the right to say whatever you want to say. And that's what he fought and died for. The right to say what you want to say. Freedom of speech. Look how ironic it is. People are getting thrown in jail. People are calling people's employers. Okay. Getting people fired. People are getting killed for their opinions. And this is what Charlie stood up for. And yet you all are doing the exact opposite of what he wanted. So much for caring about what Charlie wanted. Let the Democrats speak bad about Charlie. Let's get him fired. Let's get him put in jail. Let's kill him. Exact opposite of what Charlie Exact opposite of what Charlie wanted. No, you don't. You're not supposed to lose your job because you have freedom of speech. You have the right to say that, and I get it. The consequences are something else, but you have the right to say it. Charlie had the right to say what he had to say too, but that didn't stop him from getting a consequence. Somebody coming along with a bullet, that didn't stop him, that person. But Charlie fought for the people's right to say what they wanted to say. Okay.
What he said about Henry Louis Gates or Trayvon Martin than it was along the lines of there's no white America and black America, there's just Americans. And so the reaction of the right was, okay, this is...
We have lost our minds. The United States has lost their mind. This is terrible. They have lost their mind. Everything that Charlie stood up for, they are knocking it down. Freedom of speech. Government, not employers.
An interest group-based politics that does not particularly like the founding. And we are going to react to that with Trumpism.
So if you understand Obama and Biden more from the left, what are the moments in those presidencies that the people on the right are radicalizing, right? That sort of differ from how differently you see them from maybe how I do.
Well, I think that for President Obama, I think the left perceives the Obamacare moment as the moment that the right sort of radicalized. And I don't think that that's actually right. I think the bitter clingers comments were a big one. That was in the 2008 election. I think the Henry Louis Gates statements.
Recently, Professor Henry Louis Gates Jr. was arrested at his home in Cambridge. What does that incident say to you, and what does it say about race relations in America?
In which he suggested that the officer had acted stupidly and then sort of linked that with racial discrimination in the past.
I think it's fair to say, number one, any of us would be pretty angry. Number two, that the Cambridge police acted stupidly in arresting somebody when there was already proof that they were in their own home.
Why did everybody think that Obama was dog whistling when he talked? Like he was always talking about race. I don't understand.
And number three, what I think we know separate and apart from this incident is that...
Yeah, that's Ben Shapiro talking. When are the liberals calling this assassination a hate crime? When it becomes a hate crime. When a majority hates on a minority or marginalized community. These are two white boys. There ain't no hate crime involved like that.
There is a long history in this country of African Americans.
You and me both, Ty Pro.
And Latinos being stopped by law enforcement disproportionately.
I'm saying this started with Obama. I believe this started with Obama. This year is terrible. This year is terrible. You know, tariffs, money, housing, food, gas, it's terrible. And this has made it worse.
That's just a fact.
The Trayvon Martin situation was quite polarizing for sure.
Yeah, they did. It escalated under Obama.
But my main message is to the parents of Trayvon Martin. If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon.
But I'm playing why the right thinks it started under Obama. Then I'll tell you why I think it stayed on Obama.
The Ferguson riots, those I think would be sort of the biggest examples of Barack Obama kind of setting off the right, so to speak.
It's interesting you choose those. I mean, those are mostly first rhetorical examples. It's like, take the bitter clingers comment, because I actually think about this one a lot, right? Where he gets caught on this, he's on tape.
You go to some of these small towns in Pennsylvania.
He can't be indicted, George. Trump went to the Supreme Court and got immunity for all presidential, whatever they do. Okay, he got immunity for the presidential. He can't be indicted. Come on, George, stop it. You should know better.
Like a lot of small towns in the Midwest. Yep, the jobs have been gone now for 25 years and nothing's replaced it. And they've gone through the Clinton administration and the Bush administration. And each successive administration has said,
if liberals are calling you racist, homophobics, fascists, Nazis, Hitler, then has anybody taken a look and seen if maybe you all have some of the characteristics? I don't know. I mean, when people call me a name, I start looking at myself trying to figure out, do they really see that? Or have you all not looked at yourselves and seen if maybe that's about it? I don't know.
That somehow these communities are going to regenerate, and they have not. So it's not surprising then that they get better and they claim to guns or.
Remember when Obama said they cleaned the guns and religion? Everybody got up in arms over that. Yeah, Obama can't be indicted. Presidents can't be indicted. I don't know who the hell said that. Somebody said that garbage up there up the top. Who said that? Somebody said that at the top. Donald Trump went to the Supreme Court to make sure that you couldn't be a president couldn't be indicted. So it ain't gonna happen.
Religion or antipathy towards people who aren't like them, but
I hope people in here don't believe because they're a Christian and they push patriotism that they're right, that everything is their way. It's supposed to be their way. I hope not. I hope we're adult enough to see that.
Or
you can't be right all the time. You cannot be right. Your side cannot be right all the time, and our side cannot be right all the time. I hope everybody's adult enough to know that.
Their frustrations.
It's like, to me, if you compare that to things that get said, even say to Hillary Clinton's deplorables comment, right? He basically says, look, you have people in towns that these towns have lost everything. They've lost their jobs. They've lost the plants that employed everybody, that they have been, like, their fundamental dignity and livelihoods have been taken away from them. Right. And yeah, in that condition, people get bitter.
That's not black folks' problem. That's a governmental problem. That's something that the government is doing, taking away everybody's rights, places to work, firing people, laying people off, making food and housing and all this stuff much higher. That's a president's problem.
And then he does say, like, they cling to guns and religion, which I think he wishes.
No, they can't. No, they can't.
And xenophobia, right?
And xenophobia. It's actually very different than
you're such an empath, Ezra. I mean, the way that the right reads that is him sneering at those people, meaning if they only weren't xenophobic and religious and hollowed out by life, then they would totally buy into what I'm selling them. And I think that this also meshes very well with what the right tends to think.
Well, he's saying that we have failed them, right? That they wouldn't just buy into what he's selling them. He's saying that, like, the left has, like, abandoned these people.
Right, but I will not fail these people. And if I were given the power, then I would fix all of their problems. And really, if they only understood how much I could fix their problems, and what's keeping them from doing that, the reason they won't embrace me, it's what I would say is this is the mirror image of how the left viewed what Mitt Romney was saying about the 47% of people who would never vote for him. So people on the right read that like, okay, there's a bunch of people who aren't paying taxes. They're unlikely to vote for a person who's going to lower taxes. And people on the left read that as he's sneering at people who are not paying taxes.
And that's how they felt about Obama. Both the black and the white people thought that Obama was going to be this big, gigantic savior. But for two very different reasons. Okay. It turns out he was just another president who didn't change anything according to some of y'all. Because even today, 10 years plus after he been president, I can still hear and see the bitterness that people got about Obama. Obama and black folks and white folks. Jeff, if you can't tell me 5 policies that Obama put into place, I don't believe you. You're just talking. I don't believe you. You're just talking. If you can't tell me no policies that he put into place. All presidents are puppet. Don't you think your president right now is a puppet? Are you serious? Come on now, put your thinking cap on. You think Donald Trump is 80 some years old. Come on now. Don't you think come on. He is a puppet. Come on. Y'all got to get in the game now. This is about rich and poor, not about black and white, rich and poor.
we don't feel like ourselves. We haven't felt like ourselves in a while. And I'm sorry to get political, but I'm just going to be honest. We haven't felt like ourselves since Barack Obama. I just think he was such a slick snake. You know, he was this affable guy who was like wearing good suits and looked the part and sounded the part and dressed the part, but was so divisive in his messaging. The left, they look at you like when you say this, they don't know what you're talking about. It's like, because you don't pay attention to the other half of the country. You only pay attention to your absurd news sources.
He's a puppet because he's 80-some years old and he doesn't have a grip on everything that is going on in the White House. That's why he's a puppet. Jesus. Y'all come on now. You think he know? You could tell he don't know everything that's going on in the White House, because every time somebody asks him a question, he'd be like, well, I got to figure that out. Oh, I got to see. I got to figure it out, blah, blah, blah. Come on, because he's not aware of everything that's going on in the White House. Jeff, and you're a stooge for the Republicans. Stop it. If you don't think you're a stooge, you wouldn't be here talking to a person that you don't even know like you know them. Just dumb.
Which spin and spin and spin to protect Democrats, especially if they're named Obama.
So we don't pay attention to the other half of the country.
No.
You mean this half of the country? Maybe this half of the country? How about this half of the country? Is that the half of the country that we weren't paying attention to? We haven't.
Yeah. So you see where she said people on the left don't see how slick Obama was? This is how the left feel about Charlie Kirk when you talk about Charlie Kirk. Okay? Y'all don't see the slick shit he did either. Both sides have some growing up to do. Both sides have some growing up to do. Okay? Here's my take. Here's my take on this simple shit right here. When Obama was elected, white people lived in fear that a black man would punish them for what their ancestors did and chase away their traditions and usher in fundamental changes that would marginalize them. So not only did he win the highest office in the land, he started to enact an agenda that did not put white people first, but mostly the marginalized people got hit first. And that's when, according to some, the black people dog whistle came out. People thought it was a black people dog whistle. Every time he spoke, every time Obama spoke about identity politics, the right wing would express a narrative that he was racist and assign code words and signals that left the everyday white person out of the conversation. Yeah, he put gays first. We ain't talking about gays, Black America. Please don't bring that up. We're talking about the black and white issue here. Anyway, black people thought, now we have one of us in the White House, and he's going to make this racism shit go away. He's going to get rid of discrimination, make sure black folk get their 40 acres and a mule, get a better life with fair employment opportunities. And he would enact policies that would put black folks on a level playing field as the white folks. That's what the white people thought, and that's what the black people thought. That's why this started with Obama. And both of those fantasies about Obama were unfair to Obama. Besides, in his second term, we still had hope that the country would change, but it didn't. It didn't. Obama has always been incapable of the type of change you all wanted him to make. Simply because the original sin of this country has never been addressed properly. We are Charlie. I hope you are Charlie. I hope you self-reflect, Drake. Deborah, Jerry, I hope y'all self-reflect. Please, thank you. Okay. So everybody's life is just as shitty as it was back then. Okay. He was just another person, another president making promises he couldn't keep to the black folks who started to see him as nothing more than a shuck and jive character. And white folks who saw him as another racist black person who wished him ill and had the power to put his agenda into play. So in the end, all of y'all was fooled because you thought Obama was something that he wasn't. Obama was just a man who was a president. David, I can't tell you nothing if you don't know how to read. If y'all don't know how to read, I can't tell you nothing. Okay? If you don't know how to read about what Obama brought to the table, I can't help you. Okay? I'm not telling you what Obama did or didn't do. That's for you to read. I can tell a lot of people don't read because they just go along with the agenda that they hear. Call people names. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. She don't know what she talking about. And yet and still you're sitting there with the miserable life. So once everybody got their bubble busted about Obama, everybody said, let's ride it out till we could get his ass out of office. And because most of y'all only see 10 steps in front of y'all, we got this orange thug in the White House. This is where we're at. Okay? This is where we're at. The violent rhetoric and division in this country need to end with Charlie because it's tearing us apart from the inside out. Every time a leader, the newspaper, the media, or everyday people use this hateful damn language, it adds more fuel to the fire. Words they don't seem like they mean much at first, but they set the stage for how people treat each other. I'm sorry. Liam, you want me to help you up out of here? I can help you. You ain't got to listen to no ninja. You ain't got to listen to no ninjas. None, brother, none. Get your ass up the fuck up out of here. When the air is filled with anger and threats, it doesn't just stay online. Y'all just don't get it. It doesn't stay online or in politics. It spills into the neighborhood. That's why we have this violent thing going on, because people do not know how to de-escalate from doing this stuff. It escalates into the schools, into people's homes. This constant tension creates a cycle where people stop seeing each other as neighbors and friends and fellow citizens and co-workers, and instead, now we got enemies up in here. Now we got enemies up in here when we don't need to have enemies. Y'all don't even know what a beautiful world it would be if we could work together as Americans and make this the best, one of the best countries that everybody wanted to come to. I'm all for immigration. I'm all for immigration. Hey, if we got to kick everybody out, we got to kick everybody out. If we decide everybody can stay in, everybody got to stay in. But we got to make a decision. We got to do it collectively. Something needs to be done. But we can't be at this division. We can't be sitting over here on the left talking about what the left wants is right. And we can't be sitting over here on the right saying everything the people on the right want is correct. Just because you're Christian doesn't mean you're right. Just because you're Christian, just because you don't like gay people and you don't like trans people, don't mean you're right. I wish y'all would get that. It is more than just you in this country. Just because you don't like gay people don't mean the world should end because there's gay people in the world. I'm finna open up the phone lines. I'm finna open up the phone lines for anybody who want to call in, say something in a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, give me a minute. Music, man, that's the whole point. The whole point is Charlie is not the king of all of us. So therefore, Charlie doesn't get to decide what's right for all of us. Just here's what it is. No, the Bible doesn't say they're right, Black America. Just because you're Christian doesn't mean you're right. There's people who have the Quran. There's people who have the Torah. Those people are wrong too. That makes no sense. Come on. Christians are not the only people in this country. If we don't step back and we don't de-escalate this division is going to grow into something that we cannot stop. We can't come back from it if we don't stop this shit. Okay? If we don't stop this shit. A divided nation isn't just about these freaking politics. Okay? And it's not about black and white. It affects our safety, the economy, mental health. We got a mental health problem in this country. And y'all worried about whether it's left or right. People start living in fear. The Bible is your truth, Rosetta. Your truth, Rosetta. I believe everyone has their truth. The Bible is your truth. It's not everybody's truth. I wish y'all Christians would get that. It's not just your truth. It's everybody's truth. There's other people on this planet. People start living in fear, like I said, worried about violence, breaking out, spilling over in their neighborhood. I'm just sick of it. It just is draining. We're sick of it. There's some of us on the edge, some of us on the right, and some people on the left, and some of us in the middle. I'm in the middle, and I'm sick of this shit. I am sick of people talking about this, that, and the third. I'm sick of this. I am in the middle. I am in the middle. I am not on the end here, and I'm not on the end here. I am in the middle where I'm just sick of the left and the right. That doesn't matter, Black America. In the Constitution, it says we have freedom of religion. So therefore, the Christian religion can't rule the whole country because there's other people. That's why there's a separation of church and state. Stop it. It's hard to solve these big problems, I guess. I guess. With us losing jobs, we need health care, education. If everybody is busy fighting each other. Thank you. Thank you. Would you please explain to these people? Those other people do matter. You about to say that your skin color don't matter. Stop it. The energy we waste tearing each other down could be used to actually build some shit up. Okay? Nobody is stopping nobody from being a Christian. Nobody is stopping nobody from being a Muslim or being a little hat or being anything that they don't want to be. That's the whole point. The whole point is to not say you're Christian and then decide that I can't be Muslim. I'm not attacking Christians. That's the problem. You think because I'm speaking about Christianity, I'm attacking Christians. Come on now, you gotta stay with me here. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm saying to you, just because you're Christian doesn't mean you get to make all the decisions. That's what I'm saying. Where in that statement did I call you a name or said you ain't no good? Where? That's all I talk about. That don't even make sense. I've been up here talking about everything. That don't even make sense. That's why little hat, Instead of saying the J word, I said little hat. Okay. Okay. That's my whole point. I didn't say that. I am answering a question of somebody in the chat who said Christians run everything. Go look at the chat. JT Lynn, the person said that. And I said they don't run everything. Come on, jeez, come on. That's why healing in this part, that's why healing is so important right now, okay? Healing doesn't mean everybody has to agree. We don't have to agree about everything, but we do have to agree about teaching people with respect and humanity, okay? That's right. That's right, Julian. Congress shall make no law with respect to establishment of religion. Religion shouldn't have anything to do with the laws that we have in this country because there's other religions here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Because you can't make law, you can't enact laws based on your religion when I don't believe in your religion. That's all I'm saying. Okay? We have to start listening, even if we disagree. Even if we disagree, and we need to put people before politics. This has gotten out of control. The hatred and division has got to get put in the back burner. We need to focus on, I get what it should. We can't, you can't use religion. You cannot say I'm a Christian and the majority of the country is Christian and then decide that you get to decide that I have to be Christian too. You can't do that. That's the whole point of the Constitution saying that. Okay. But we have to still focus on peace, unity, understanding. Yeah, it could be, and I don't even think it was built on Christian. I don't think it was a Christian nation at the beginning. Okay. I don't even think that. Yes. Nobody is, and nobody should. So therefore, any laws that are made should not be based on Christian religion. It should be based on laws, practical laws, logic, not religion. Okay? People do, just because they're Christian doesn't mean you get to decide what everybody does. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else. Okay? I'm saying be mindful of other people. Other people have different religions. Other people have different thought processes. The laws have to be put in place for everyone, not just one religion. It has to be put into place for everyone. Okay. And this is the problem that we have. What saying religion? No, I didn't say anything about wanting anybody hurt or killed or maimed. I didn't say any of that. Okay. Nobody is stopping anybody's religion. Nobody is stopping anybody's religion. I'm saying you are Christian. I'm a Muslim. He's an atheist. He's agnostic. Stay on your square. Stay on your square. Don't bring your square over to my square saying I have to do X, Y, and Z. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nobody saying nothing else. I don't care what you practice. You can practice voodoo for all I care. As long as you don't base laws on voodoo. That's it. Jordan, Mr. Brad, Lita, Michael. Okay. Just don't do it. It's the First Amendment. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. But we got to cut this out. We got to cut out what we need to cut out. And that means stop being horrendous to each other because someone was shot and killed. Okay, I think we went beyond the pale because this particular person was shot and killed. Really, this is a white on white crime. I think you all need to deal. I think white folks need to deal with their person, deal with the person that shot Charlie Kirk, deal with him the way they would deal with any other person. Okay. I mean, none of us have anything to do with it. This is between the law and this person doing whatever he did to end Charlie's life. And I truly hate that it happened that way because he was a young man. But it is what it is. I didn't know Charlie, so I don't feel one way or the other. I just hope that justice prevails, and then we don't have to deal with this. There's 1,000 things going on this planet. Okay, there's 1,000 things going on this planet, and Charlie Kirk is just one of the things that are going on this planet. Okay. Okay. There's 1,000 things that are going on this planet. So we have to get back to normal. And by getting back to normal, that means we have to figure out what's important in this country. I don't know. I'm assuming there's a whole bunch of shit that be going on in the Muslim countries. Okay. I'm assuming a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Now, I have the phone line open for anybody who wants to come up and say something. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. Come up and say something. You can come on the panel if you feel like coming on the panel and speaking from the panel. I'll drop the link if anybody wants to come up on the panel and say something. I'll drop, and the phone line is open if somebody wants to say something through the phone. That's fine and dandy if you don't. I'm just giving people an opportunity to express themselves. The argument is Obama is the one who started. It started with Obama. Everything started with Obama. From the minute that he got elected, people felt funny about this young man or this man getting elected as president. People had a serious aversion to him being president. Serious aversion to when he became president. Has nothing to do with this. What happened to Charlie Kirk has nothing to do with black folk. And this is white on white crime, but all of this violence and this rhetoric and X, Y, and Z started when Obama got elected. I just feel like that's when it started. Everything started when Obama got elected. Okay. And that's the argument. That's the argument. Okay. Can we admit that? Can we admit it? Can we say, hey, this is what happened when Obama got elected. This is what the turn of events happened when Obama got elected. Okay. I don't like Trump for many, many, many reasons. Okay. Sure, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. That don't even make sense. Because you all don't even know what you're talking about. As soon as someone says something that you don't like, I'm a victim. I'm not a victim in any way. I see Charlie Kirk for what he is. I see Trump for what he is. I see Obama for what he is. I see all of them for what they are. And I'm not a victim in any way, shape, or form. Bet people couldn't name 8 things who did. Okay. No, they can't name nothing that he did. He's just black. So therefore, there's an issue with it. Who knows? Obama did an excellent job when he was in office. Or I'm sorry, not an excellent job, a good job. Sure, Lolly. I'm a victim of my damaging mentality. Yeah, okay. Yes, the left and the right are two wings of the same bird. They're both they both have an issue. There's both a problem on both sides. They both need to turn the rhetoric down. They both need to check themselves when it comes to blaming the other side. They both need to do all of those things. Okay. But they both I'm not a man-hating victim, Frank. Please grow up. Please grow up. Jesus. Please grow up. That's all I can say. Jesus. I'm a victim. I hate that. When you don't want to address the issue, I'm a victim. Okay? I'm saying people had expectations of Obama, and they were outrageous, the expectations that they had for Obama. Both black people and white people had outrageous expectations for Obama. And then once they did not get those expectations met, they turned bitter. Because most of y'all, Obama didn't do nothing. He was a race baiter. He didn't care about all of us. And that's black and white. But none of y'all know nothing about what he did. Okay? What did Obama do? Can none of y'all list 4 things that he did? The first of which happened when he walked into office, a month or 2 when he walked into office. Okay. And then we would have went under. We would have went under if he would not have done anything. Okay. And when people say he didn't do nothing, I know you didn't read. Because I don't engage with people who don't know how to read, who don't understand what this politics and these policies are like. He legalized my marriage. Okay. Yeah, people hated Obama so much he did 2 terms. Right. Right. He legalizing gay marriage was terrible for the society. You really believe gay marriage was terrible for the society? Yes. But that, Frank, just because he wins an election don't mean he's not hated. There's plenty of people that win elections and they're hated. He had enough people to win the elections. That means nothing. I said people had expectations of him that he was not able to fulfill. He should never have been put in the position to fulfill those expectations. Okay? But people thought he was a messiah. Okay? People thought he was a messiah. And that was unfair for Obama. You need to go and read what he did do for he even introduced healthcare to you all. And y'all too dumb to even understand that healthcare. Jesus, I can name the healthcare and the bill and the bailout bill. 2 things that helped all of us. Yet he didn't do anything. Okay. He introduced gay marriage. Yet he didn't do anything. Come on, y'all. Come on. Stop talking points. The man passed legislation that moved the country forward. Okay? You don't have to like him, but you can't rewrite history and say he didn't do X, Y, and Z. Okay? Okay? Now y'all tell me he did. What is it? George Bush. George Bush. I'm. You know what? I'm not a righty. I'm not on the right. I'm not a Republican. But I will be I won't be disingenuous and say that he didn't do anything. I know George Bush did some things. I'm not even a Republican, and I'm willing to admit that. You righties ain't even willing to admit that Obama or Biden did anything. That's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all need to go. Come on, grow up. They all do things. You don't like the lefties, so what? But that don't mean they didn't do anything. And it don't matter whether it was terrible or it wasn't terrible. He still did it. And it was terrible for you, but it wasn't terrible for me. What do you mean? And you wasn't forced to have it either. It's voluntary. Y'all just wild to me. I swear, you wild to me. That's wild. Somebody made you pick up the phone and get health care. What? That's wild to me. If you wasn't forced to have it, nobody forced you to have it. Nobody. You picked up the phone and ordered the Obamacare. What you talking about? So I'm saying we have this division that we don't need to have. We have all this hate and this vitriol that we didn't need to have. Okay. And people, we have the left side and we have the right side. I don't care. I don't care what side you on. I don't care. I'm in the middle, so I don't care. Okay. I'm in the middle, so I don't care. Okay. We need a good president, skin color be damned. Don't be another brick in the wall too. I am right there with you. I am right there. I am waiting for a good president to come along. Okay. I am dying. I am thirsty for a good president to come along because this one is not doing good things for us poor people. This one is not doing good things. And if it gets worse and worse and worse, I'm going to recommend we all move to another country. I don't know what, but I'm finna start researching. Okay. We're going to have to start researching because it done got out of order around here. Okay. So we need to figure out an exit strategy. These folks, they can burn each other if they want to burn each other. I ain't going to be here to get burnt. I don't know. I'm thinking somewhere hot where I can wear a bikini every day. Shit. I don't know. It can't be. I don't know. Cross the border into Canada. At least they speak English. I don't know what laws they got in place, but man, we got to be planning because it don't make no sense. These people be online ratcheting this shit up. We don't be doing this stuff. We don't be ratcheting this stuff up. We could care less. We got bills we got to pay. We don't care about this stuff. We tell them to shut the fuck up. Don't nobody. I don't care. I don't care about what y'all talking about. I don't want nobody pulling no gun on me. And I don't want to be going to Canada. And I don't want to be deported. And I don't want to a whole bunch of shit. All I'm saying is, us poor people, we need an exit plan. We need a plan. Poor folks need a plan. What we gonna do if X, Y, and Z happen? What we gonna do if this happen? Okay. You know what I'm saying? We just got to figure out what we gonna do. Okay. Whether and it's great, but you can't fight somebody that look just like you. I wouldn't want to either. Shit, I don't know. Go back where? Go back where, Kendall? We ain't from nowhere but here. What are you talking about? I'm poor. I'm poor. I'm poor just like everybody else. I ain't no millionaire, which means I'm poor. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm poor. If I ain't no millionaire, then we poor. We on this side of the fence. The rich people over there. Rich people over there, they good. All this little squabbling don't mean nothing to them. None of this little squabbling mean nothing to them. They don't care whether we squabble or not. They still got money coming in. You crazy. You crazy. So I'm saying we need to stop fighting each other. We need to pull it together and stop fighting each other. Okay. I mean, I can't go nowhere that's poor. I can't be doing that. All right. Now I left the phones open. I left the deck open. I'm finna close it out in 5 minutes. If nobody want to come up and say nothing, please hit the like button. We can always have this talk. It was a quick talk, quick all the way. Hit the like button on the door, on the way in, on the way out. Do whatever you got to do. Yeah, money is important, but you know, I can't make money come to me if money don't want to come to me, right? I can't make it come when it can't come. Of course, we all want money, but that ain't the way it is. That ain't the way the world works. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is this is a war between poor people and rich people. This is a political war between the rich and the poor. And we need to get our heads in the game as the poor folk. Okay? As the poor folk. Because we getting tossed around just like we getting tossed around like we ain't doing nothing. I know it's always been about rich and poor Frank, but not rich and poor for some of these people. Some of these people only think on the race level. Ding dong. Why the hell would I say it's rich and poor when they not even thinking about rich and poor? You're so smart, Frank. You're so smart. Why don't you pick up the phone line and come up and show us how smart you are? And I'm saying most people are not worried about the politics. They're worried about getting paid, eating, X, Y, and Z. And we can't do nothing because we too poor. How many of us can just pick up and move? No, it's not a race thing. I know that, St. Charles. It's a poor person, rich person thing. And I believe in helping the poor, the people who can't help themselves, who need the help. I ain't in the business of helping rich people. I don't care what race you are. I care about the poor people rising above their station and being able to eat, have a decent place to stay, a decent thing. I don't care. I see race, I see that, but I ain't, that don't bother me. Cause you still gonna be poor. Race or not, we still gonna be poor. We still ain't gonna be making no decisions. Half of y'all don't even think the election is legitimate. So why we worried about left and right if you don't even think the elections are legitimate or the elections are good? We have to think in terms of poor and rich. We need to get them rich people out of there. We need to get regular, ordinary people in them offices instead of all them rich people who keep having term after term after term after term and ain't doing nothing for the poor people. That's what I think. I got a phone call.
From
Frank.
Frank.
Hey.
You the one in the comment section keep calling me dumb. What's going on with that shit?
No. Yeah, that's me actually, yeah. What's going on with you?
I'm asking you. You the one down
I was
there
watching you earlier today. First of all, I was watching you earlier today talking down on Kevin Samuels.
Is this about Kevin Samuels?
No, I'm saying, yeah, originally some of it, it's like basically your whole message is what I'm like annoyed about.
What the hell did I say that was against Kevin Samuels?
You were just picking apart everything he said about some interviews he was watching. I can only watch it for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Mhm.
You're so obviously like passively aggressive with the way you like see things, and you don't even see it.
I know.
I mean, come on, we're all poor. We're all poor. What you thinking?
Right. We're all poor. So why are we fighting?
Yeah, we're all poor.
So why are we fighting each other?
That's what I don't understand. The way you just like, it's like you do this weird passive aggressive thing where you're like, and this and that, and we got to leave, we got to get away from these white folks, and it's white on white violence.
Did you hear me
what
say
are you
anything?
talking about?
Did you hear me say anything about getting away from white folks? I said we need to get rid of.
You literally just said we got to get up out of here.
Yeah,
we got to, we got
from
to
the
get on.
politicians.
I need to go to someplace hot. What are you talking about?
From the
Don't backpedal now. Stand on what you're saying.
Can I talk? I said we need to get away from these politicians. We need to get away from all this headache. We need to get away.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Right. No, I'm saying we need to get rid of this right and wrong, this right and left thing. We need to get the hell on, because I think it's a poor and a rich thing. And if they don't want to straighten themselves out or straighten this country out, then I think we need to get up out of here. Because
it's been that way for a long time. I mean, look, I'm 56. It's just been getting. Okay, I was watching this thing today. A 1977 commercial on the Bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
A steak dinner with the salad bar was $2.79.
Okay.
All right, and it's just like, I mean, I've been working since I've been 13 years old, and I got grandkids, I got family. I'm more scared for them. I'm more scared for them than anything. And all I see on these channels when I scroll through is like, oh, it's and it's this, it's that, and come on, man. We all poor.
I feel the same way. I'm frustrated because we get dragged into this bullshit when we just trying to eat and survive every day. We just trying to make it, pay for a house, pay for a car, pay it off, go on vacation, and we get dragged into bullshit every day.
I can't pay nothing. I mean, my health failed a couple of years ago. It took my insurance, everything. I ain't got nothing. And it's a common story, and it just seems like everybody's talking to either side, like, oh no, it's the black people, it's the white people, and it's like, I didn't grow up that way. I grew up in the same neighborhoods.
Right, and I feel the same way. I can't get ahead. It's like I gotta live off any kind of credit, any kind of anything, because I don't make enough money to pay the bills, and I don't understand where the hell
I can't even get anything. I've been filing for everything the last 5 months, and they won't give me nothing.
I mean,
no disrespect. I'm just so tired of everybody, pointing the finger, and it's just like all these channels, this phone is evil.
I'm not trying to point the finger. You notice I deliberately am not trying to point the finger. I am trying to say we are in this together, and we are going to have to rise together. Somehow we're going to have to do something. Something needs to change. I don't care whether it's maybe the government can make a put a cap on rent, you know what I'm saying? Put a cap on rent, and then be like, you can't pay this much unless it's in this particular 1, 2, 3, or 4 bedroom. Something. We need something out here. And nobody is saying anything. Everybody is worried about race, worried about Charlie, worried about X, Y, and Z. I'm worried about what the hell I'm going to do in 6 months when I ain't got no savings. What the hell am I going to do in 3 months when I run out of credit cards?
Yeah, shit, I can't even get credit cards. I lost my credit cards a while ago.
That's what I'm saying. We are all of us down here sitting here fighting about these freaking left and right. That left and right shit don't mean nothing when you go to bed at night and wake up and you can't buy no food. That don't mean.
You know what? If people would actually talk to each other, we would all realize we feel the same way. But I meing, it's just like with even when I've been trying to file for Medicaid and SNAP and all that, you don't even get to talk to nobody. It's all on the computer. Even if you set up an appointment, you don't talk to nobody. nobody talks to anybody anymore, and I think that's the main problem.
Yeah.
You can't even talk to. Try to pay your cell phone bill. You can't talk to nobody.
I said, I ain't trying to, I don't care about your race. I don't care about nothing. All I know is I'm going to be broke in 6 months. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm
you're going to be broke in 2
scared
months.
for my kid and my grandkids. It's like I don't even know how they do it.
Right. And I
don't even know how they're doing it right now.
It's like, why everybody else can get it? Why all these other countries can get ahead or they get money and y'all can't put no money back into us? Why y'all can't put groceries at a certain? Why y'all can't get every family $1,000 worth of food stamps every month? Or if that's, I'm just trying to figure out ways to help poor folk. That's all I'm trying to do.
Where is all the money going? Where is it all going? Because I don't see where it's going.
I don't see either. I'm like, damn, would it kill y'all to give every family $1,000 in food stamps every month? So we could at least try to feed ourselves. Each person get 500 or each person get 1,000 or whatever for at least 2 or 3 years. That's when they made that bill, they signed that bill, that big, beautiful bill. I was like, why the hell couldn't y'all give us every person in the household $500 food stamp?
They just made Trump into this untouchable thing, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's like, he like walked through everything they tried to pin on him. He walked away, and now I call it like the cry wolf thing. They cry wolf about him so much. Now even if he is a wolf, nobody's gonna come and save us. You ever hear the story of people crying wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's the shepherd, that the boy watching a flock of sheep, and he's like, oh, it'll be fun if I like cry out wolf, and even if there ain't a wolf here, and everybody's gonna come run and check it out. And he did it like 2-3 times, and then when there was a wolf there and he cried out, nobody came.
Wait a minute, Kevin, what are you talking about? Give you assistance?
Man, you know what? I like Kevin. He was a straight talker. And I really think he was just trying to help everybody. Like, this new generation is crazy.
No, I am trying to be when I do the Kevin Samuels thing, I am trying to be objective. I am trying to be neutral. If you have seen my content, I try to be neutral unless I'm trying to be funny, but I normally try to be neutral because there's other people on the other side. I don't want to alienate people when there's no point in alienating people. Kevin Samuels, people loved him, people hated him. So I am neutral.
I know, which is weird because, he was pretty hard on the men too. He was like, come on, stop being bums.
I did a video of him yesterday. I did a video of him tearing a man up yesterday. Just going completely off on him yesterday around.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just found you today, and I think they call it doom scrolling. I just been doom scrolling, and there's like, oh my God, one after the other, everybody just promoting like fighting with each other, and it's like I don't even understand it. The shooter was the whitest freaking person I ever seen in my life.
This is not a channel where I want to fight with people. I want people to come up and talk about what the hell is going on with what they want to do, what they're going on with their life, what is happening on the ground with these people, with people who don't have food, with people who don't have housing, with people who don't have insurance, with people who don't have X, Y, and Z. I am not an elitist in any way. I am not a person that will judge you. You can be a Christian nationalist. I still would be talking to you the same way I'm talking to you now. Because I'm
sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
No. You didn't bother me. You didn't bother me. I just wanted to know why you keep calling me dumb. What's going on? And I'm just trying to help. I've just
been seeing it for, like I said, I'm in my late 50s. I've been seeing this political bullshit for so long, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's like, and every like new president, there's like all this craziness that they think something's going to change or something's going to be better, and
why can't they just say we are going to help the poor American people today and this year, and we ain't going to do nothing but help the poor American people. Why can't they just do that? Why?
I know. How is it that a candidate hasn't stood up and said that yet? It's like it's an illusion.
Right.
It's an illusion to vote for like the getting choked or getting stabbed.
Right.
It's
like we can't win. It's like we don't have no representation like we want to have our representation. I want somebody to, the next person, I don't give a damn if they Republican or they Democrat. The next one that show up talking about he gonna help the poor people, he gonna help us do X, Y, and Z. That's who I'm gonna help try to get elected. I don't give a damn what they are, Republican or Democrat, because the way we've been voting in people who ain't helping us. So I ain't voting for people who ain't helping us no more. I ain't doing that no more. I'm going whoever.
Yeah, no, you know when I knew it was bull crap. I worked for a printing company when Obama did his second term. I live in Florida, and I worked for the print company. We did all the ballots, and we had them all done, cut, and shipped out like a month before the election. And then on the night of election, you're hearing, this precinct didn't have enough ballots. This precinct didn't. I'm like, I did them. I boxed them all up. And the messed up part is in Florida, the people who run the election aren't even from Florida.
Yes, I know. I mean, you see how division gets stirred up. You see how they stir up. They make it just so many little tidbits here and there, and people believe X, Y, and Z, and then we still back where we at. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think voting's going to change anything. That whole thing is voting is
already rigged. I think it's rigged.
This.
I think it's rigged.
Yeah, it's totally rigged.
And it's like, look, I can't. I hate being a hamster. I'm tired of being a hamster. I'm tired of being on this wheel, on this cog, and not getting nowhere. People are pissed
off. Come on, look at Biden. Everybody knew Biden was demented. He was demented before he was elected.
You see how they try to gaslight us that it wasn't nothing wrong with him, right? And that was the left and the right.
I knew that. I knew that the minute I knew that years before he even tried to run for president again. I mean, come on. It's not real. It's not real. The voting is not real.
We don't know we don't know. I can't trust y'all no more. That's it. I can't trust y'all.
Yeah, and I think that's why everybody's going crazy. Everybody's seeing that it's all a lie.
Right.
And everybody's going crazy, and then they're just going to try to turn us to fight against each other.
Right.
For whatever, for it's like, and it's not even for the polls or for the midterms, because that's all bullshit.
Right. It's like, look,
if you
don't want to help the poor, if you don't want to help the poor, then just say you want us to just be poor and you ain't going to help us in no way, shape, or form. I mean, just say we ain't going to get nothing. I mean, they say,
I live in Florida. I work with a lot of Spanish folks, and they come in and they take over freaking warehouses and everything because they're hard workers.
Right.
And they learn, I'm pretty much blue collar. I've always been doing construction and stuff like that. And I can't compete with somebody that's going to work, considerably less money than me, living 10, 12 to a house.
Right. I mean,
none of us can compete with that.
We can't compete with that. That's why I say we need to do something. We do need to do something about the immigration problem. We do. But what is it that will benefit us? Not just we just be out there messed up. Yeah.
Another thing with this immigrant stuff, you ain't never seen them go and arrest any of these people that own these plants or own these companies. They just going in and getting all the workers and arresting all them. What about the people that was hiring them?
There's employers that need to be taken into account. But see, here's the thing. You know what almost spoiled me, really, really spoiled me on Trump, is when he came back and said, "Oh, we can't fire the workers from the farmers. We can't fire the immigrants from the hotel people. We can't fire them. We'll mess our farmers and people up like that." Then I was like, see.
Well, you know how they do it here in Florida? They go through an employment agency. So all of the legals that come in are subcontracted out to the employment agency, and then the other company will pay the employment agency. That's why they're not getting arrested. And it's like, they never say no shit about that on the news.
It's like they want to keep us where we're at. That's the problem.
Of course.
They keep us where
they want to replace us. They want to replace us.
It's like,
I bought so many. I was making $21 at a printing company. When I was saying that I worked for during Obama's second thing, the guy that replaced me was a Cuban guy, super nice guy. He worked with me for a couple months, figured out how to run my machine, and bam, I was making 20. They hired him for 10, and they let me go after I trained them.
Ain't that how it always is? Ain't that how it?
That's how it goes. And it's like they want to replace us.
And it's like, look, and they not. And here it is. They not even pretending. They not even pretending that they concern themselves. They not even pretending now. They flat out saying, okay, well, we care about X, Y, and Z more than we care about the regular American worker. They care about it more because there's no way that this many things that they're doing and none of them pertain to helping the poor people of America. How you giving money to Israel? How you giving money to these countries? How you giving money to all these places and you see that we suffering over here? That us Americans are suffering. They just don't.
Yeah. And then they hold out this political shit like your vote's going to change something, and it never does. It never has.
Right.
And everybody gets riled up thinking, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna change it. We're gonna vote this way." Right. And it doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. This shit just gets worse every 4 years. It gets worse.
It just sucks. It just sucks. Thank you for.
But anyway, I'm glad we talked. I'm so glad we talked, and I'm sorry.
Oh no! Don't. Thank you for the sorry. Thank you. I accept your apology. Hey, look, I didn't been called worse. Look, I know what it is. I know that we're the ones. I know we're the ones that get in the shaft. I know we're the poor people, black, white.
Yes, ma'am. They're getting us.
Because we can't never get ahead. We can never get ahead. So that tells me that tells me this is deliberate. This is deliberate.
Of course. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Well, have a good night. And I'm sorry again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See, Frank was out there calling me dumb. Now me and Frank is besties. Now he kind of understand where I'm coming from. That I'm a poor rat just like he is, caught in the cog of this system. We all caught and I'm assuming Frank is white. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think so. And I'm saying I'm similar to same age as Frank. And we both are fucked up out here. We both are fucked up out here. And everybody else is fucked up out of here too. Right? So this is not a black and white thing. This is a rich and poor thing. And we need to act accordingly. Poor people need to have poor people interest. We need to hold these folks accountable. You doing bullshit. We know not to trust a black woman. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Come on up, St. Charles Travels. Since you can't trust a black woman. Because you don't know anything about this black woman. But the whole point is to be respectful. You don't know anything about me, so you don't know whether you can trust me. And the whole point is show up. Show up to see where the trust is. Show up to see who's telling the truth. Show up. Am I trying to stoke the fires of your racial hatred, of your political hatred? No, I'm not. I will always be talking about the poor man. You know what? As a matter of fact, we may change the agenda. We're going to start helping the poor people. We're going to start talking about issues that touch us, dealing with the things that touch these rich.
Hello? Dion Payne. To accept, press 1. To send a
Dion Payne.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
What'd you come up on what did you have on the topic? Or any topic that suits your fancy? What topic?
It's the conversation that you were having previously with the caller.
Oh, okay. About poor. This is poor against rich.
Yes.
Yes. What's your take on it?
My take is that it's more than just poor versus rich.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fight where everybody should be involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone read Project 2025.
Oh Lord, we can't get into that tonight, girl. Come on, don't do it.
That ties into everything.
We don't.
And
I want to do a segment on that because I ain't sure about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't sure. I mean, can you hold that topic till we can get to it? Maybe in 1 or 2 days we can get to that topic because I think it's relevant. It's really relevant, and I don't think we have enough people to listen to that particular 2020. And I haven't had an opportunity to finish reading it. I started to read it, but I haven't finished. Can we hold off on that topic and you can address something else?
yes.
Okay, please. Thank you. And then I'll have it on a big thumbnail. Come tell me about Project 2025 because I want people to read that 2025. I want you to have some topics, some arguments, some for, some against. That way we all understand what we're talking about. Because I don't think a lot of people have read that 2025. I don't think so. Or they don't understand how it is playing in effect. But don't tell me about it. Just tell me, why do you think it's playing out?
Because everything that they're doing, every single person, people want to look at what's happening and say that, oh, this is just what presidents do. No, it's not what presidents do. This is what a fascist dictatorship does. It's not normal for the president to have. People want to complain about President Obama, President Biden, but the truth of the matter is, whatever faults they had, they weren't trying to wreck the country. They weren't trying to destroy America from within.
So what do you think? What do you think is the agenda of this 2025? What do you think? If you could narrow it down where everybody could understand exactly what you're saying, what do you think is the overall
to make people servants. They want to make you subservient. They want to take away all of the safety nets that protect us, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. They're getting rid of all of the regulations for companies. Companies could basically do whatever they want. And people were complaining about President Biden, but the fact of the matter is, he did a lot for us. He protected us from companies that wanted to jack up the prices. Right now, companies can jack the prices up whatever they want. If your credit card company decides to charge you $25, just $25, period, they can do that now because there's no regulation.
Okay.
They want us, they want to make us sicker.
Mm-hmm.
They want to have all of us be uneducated. And no matter how long a person has lived, you have never seen a president actively destroying the country, destroying the Board of Education, hiring quacks for the CDC. Their intention is to harm us and to make us beg them for crumbs. That's exactly what they want. They want a white Christian nation. They're throwing people into concentration camps. One of the things that irritates me the most is people pretend as if this is completely normal and they refuse to use the word fascism. They refuse to use it. They call him a president. No, he's not a president. He's acting like a king. He's a dictator. And people still refuse to see, you know, like I said, no matter how many presidents we've had, how many presidents have stood side by side with Vladimir Putin?
None.
How many?
None.
Everything that Trump does is to suit Russia. Putin wanted America eradicated a long time ago.
Jerry.
And what better way to do that than to have his puppet in the office?
Wait a minute, Jerry, hold on. Jerry, it's called Alligator Alcatraz, and they're opening up more places like Alligator Alcatraz. Those people are being thrown into those places, okay? She's talking about the things that are going on now. You can see, here's the thing. I'm sorry, did I get your name? I forgot. It was weird.
It's Deontay.
Okay, Deontay. Anyway, can I call you just D?
Yes.
Okay. D is just saying the things that have been done. She cannot say why they're doing them, but when you have 10 things that are leading down a slippery slope, the only thing you can think is that we're going down a slippery slope. Does that explain it a little bit more, D, of what you're trying to say? You can't tell.
I'm saying that we are down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
We are down the rabbit hole, and people are still refusing to call it out for what it is.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I'm right there with you. I see all of these changes that are happening. We see all the changes that are happening. So you said in the 2025. So are these changes all in this 2025 book, or something similar to this is in the 2025 book?
It's all, everything that's happening is in Project 2025.
And so we really need to I need to finish reading. I read the beginning of it and I was like, no way can this happen. No way.
See, the thing that baffles me is that I don't understand why people, because there were Black people who voted for Trump too, Cubans, Hispanics who voted for him. And what I could never understand is he claimed that, oh, well, we're just going to go after the Hispanics who are committing crimes. And why people of color didn't think, well, wait a minute, he's talking about going after the Hispanics who are committing the crimes. And it's not they're committing crimes, it's the fact he's looking at the color of their skin. So if you're equating criminals with Hispanics, then you're going to be including Black people as well. See, one thing, in a fascist state, no one is safe.
Right.
No one.
Right.
Anytime you turn against their thought process, you become an enemy.
Okay.
And it's also important to know that each and every single cabinet member that was chosen to head various agencies or departments wasn't there to help the organization or the agency. They were specifically chosen to destroy it from within.
To gut it.
Yes.
Because they just had a meeting in which that Patel person was in the meeting, and people who he fired, they all said all of these experts that were in these companies, that were in the governmental positions they were in, were getting kicked out. And they had expertise, all of this expertise. If you get rid of all the people who have expertise and you leave all the dumb, now, and I'm just saying this hyperbolically, you leave all the dumb people who don't know everything, that means you can manipulate the system any way that you want to. Once you get rid of people who knows everything.
They don't want people who know what they're doing. They want people who are going to be sycophants, who are going to say, well, what do you want me to do, Trump? I'll do it. And they'll roll over for him. If anybody saw the cabinet meeting, for 3 hours, it went on. Everybody at the table is, oh, well, President Trump, you're the greatest since white bread, and we love you so much. That is not normal.
Right.
That's what happens in a dictatorship.
I heard that, and I was like, no, you're not. I was like, no, you guys are not sitting there praising and praising and praising this president when we have business at hand to do. What is going on? I wondered about that. Okay.
I just want people to be more diligent, and I want them to understand what is going on and not to look at this as being normal. It's not normal to turn the military against its citizens.
I thought it was illegal in order for a president to take the militia and hold it up against his people. I thought that was
It is illegal. But because he has 6 members of the illegitimate Supreme Court, he could basically do what he wants to do. Right now, he wants to fire Lisa Cook. 2 superior judges had given her the go-ahead to take back her position as the Fed governor, and the case is going to the Supreme Court. Trump wants her out of the way so he could put one of his lackeys in place so that he could cut the interest rate so that it'll make it appear as if the economy is booming, like nothing is wrong with the economy.
See, this is the problem is we can see it, but people can't seem to see it. They cannot seem to see this is the way we're walking towards an authoritarian. I can't say that word for nothing. We're walking towards that kind of state, that kind of country, and it only takes Hitler had less done than we did, and he turned his state into what he turned it into. What makes people think that the United States can't be turned into the same thing that happened in Germany? Why they act like they don't know that?
Actually, we're already there.
Right. Yeah. Because they denied Obama his 2 Supreme Court picks. And every president is supposed to have a Supreme Court pick, or is supposed to be able to pick Supreme Court people that they want to, and they denied him the 2 that he was supposed to pick. That's why we consider it illegitimate, but it is what it is. It is what it. Continue on, D. I'm sorry.
Well, when you go into Charlie Kirk, you can already see it's bullshit, because you can be fired for just quoting words that he actually spoke. You can be fired for that. But yet nobody is looking at Brian Kilmeade on Fox News, who's actively suggesting that they should take lethal injections to kill homeless people. Nobody's saying anything about that. He still has his job. They fired a MSNBC news commentator. He was a Republican, but he was speaking the truth on who Charlie Kirk was and how that rhetoric is riling people up. They fired him.
Okay, that was I forgot his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yes, he did. And that's the thing. Why are they doing this? This is further than we've ever been before.
Yes.
No, it's not the left. Don't be another brick in the wall. Come on now. You was with me for a minute. Now you going all the way to the right. This is a right and left. This is a right and left issue. They're trying to implement something, and nobody is looking at it. Everybody's looking at their left and right side instead of looking at it as this is wild. Ain't nobody spewing hate. How is this hate, sir? When people say facts, how is spewing hate? Please grow up. I can't do this. I can't keep doing this with y'all every night. When somebody says one word against Charlie Kirk or one word that you don't like, is hate. We're not spreading hate. We're trying to figure out what's going on here. What in the hell is going on? You don't know. Yes, it is facts. We do have a president that is putting things in place. Son of cool. He is putting things in place that are authoritarian based. What do you mean? Keep going, D, please.
I also think that what's happening now is a prelude for them to call for martial law. They have the military, well, they're called ICE. I call them the Nazi Gestapo. There was a video of a peaceful protest in Illinois, and there was a handicapped lady, and she was standing there with her sign. She wasn't bothering anybody. And then all of a sudden, this metal door raises up, and it's like 10 or 15 Nazi Gestapo come out, and they start firing pepper spray at her and rubber bullets, and she falls to the ground, and they surround her and continue to fire at her, and she has to put the sign that she was holding to cover her head so that the pellets aren't hitting her head. What they're trying to do is they're trying to provoke people.
Okay.
They're trying to rile people up. Thank God nobody has taken the bait. But that it only takes one powder keg for someone to erupt, and then boom, that's when they'll call martial law.
Right. And that's what I think. I think they're just waiting for something to happen, and then they're going to start overrunning these cities, Chicago, Baltimore, wherever. And then they're going to look. I don't want to wake up 5 years from now and then there's military in my front yard, military walking down my street. I can't come out. I got to be in the house at a certain time. I don't want martial law within our city. So why make it happen? Why make it even get started by doing this, by letting this stuff come, like letting him do what he got to do to go to Chicago? Don't nobody want any of this. We don't want any of this because it's not.
People also need to understand that things are going to get even more dangerous because there's no limits for the Nazi Gestapo. They're not looking at education. They're not looking at if they have police backgrounds, a college education. Anything goes. So you could take the most vilest, racist person and put them in that position and give them the authority to do what they want to do. And there's no repercussion. And then you have the Supreme Court who just gave them the go-ahead to abolish basically the Fourth Amendment,
right,
which deals with racial profiling.
Right.
So for all the Black people who are listening to this show, don't think that it's not going to happen to you. Racial profiling and Blacks go hand in hand. So don't think that you're protected just because you don't speak Spanish or you were born here. They don't care. As long as you are a person of color, they don't want you here. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. They're arresting people who are doing the right thing at their immigration meeting.
Right.
And they just shot a citizen in, I think that was, I can't remember where it was, but it was a Hispanic man, and they just came up out of nowhere and grabbed him. And he doesn't know what's happening. They're not identifying themselves. And he starts driving off. He didn't speak English as well. And he starts driving off. And the Nazi Gestapo shoots him twice, and he crashes into a car and he died. Meanwhile, the Nazi Gestapo is lying, saying that, he was dragging him and he was injured. The cop was injured because the person in the car was dragging him. That was a lie, because they had videotape of the entire incident of what went down.
Okay.
And then another point that you were saying, that you would vote, you don't care if the person who's elected next is Democrat or Republican. Mm-hmm. What people fail to realize is the Republican Party is gone. They're gone.
Okay.
They have one brain, and that one brain is Trump. They no longer care. They never cared about their constituents, but this time you really can see it. I mean, with them knowing that their constituents would be heavily impacted by, I call it the death bill, not the big, beautiful bill, the death bill. They knew that their constituents would be hurt by this, and they still voted for it anyway.
Yeah.
Then you had the Epstein file.
Yeah, they knew. I mean, they knew the bulk of the senators and the representatives knew that their constituents were 90% of their, or at least a little less than that, are make under 100,000 a year, make around less than 150,000 a year. So why wouldn't they know that this big beautiful bill would affect the poor people like that? Why wouldn't they know that? But they did know it would affect their people. They just didn't care. They just didn't care whether they passed the bill or not, or whether people got kicked off food stamps or Medicaid or anything else. They didn't care whether. Nobody in this chat can tell me what they benefited from this big gigantic bill. Who can tell me what they benefited from this big gigantic bill? Not one person in the chat can say we benefited. We, as the regular, normal, everyday people. Nobody.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm just saying none of them got an example. None of them have a example. None of them can say that they benefited from this big beautiful bill. Immigration wasn't in that bill. Only ICE money. Nothing else was in that bill about immigration. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay. Another thing in the bill is if you earn $17,000 a year, mm-hmm. you have to pay $1,000 in taxes.
Okay.
And then if you're on SNAP, if you have the internet, that could be a deciding factor in you receiving the amount of SNAP that you previously received, because they now look at the internet as being a luxury, not a necessity.
Right. Oh, Rob, what difference does it make? What you got a job, Rob? If you got a job and you working and you doing what you got to do, what does immigration have to do with you? What does immigration have to do with you? Yeah, stop.
You need to tell Rob that immigration helps us all, because even though they call them illegal immigrants, I call them immigrants. Nobody is illegal. The immigrants are the ones who are paying into the tax system and never being able to benefit from it, which trickles down to us.
I mean, look, you got to start being critical. You got to start thinking, what does this benefit for us? That big, beautiful bill didn't benefit us in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, people get kicked out. And you say the immigration is what did. Okay? We got immigration. Yeah, he started kicking people out. And the minute them white boys called him and told him that you can't kick the farming people out, you can't kick the hotel people out, what did he do? Back off the damn bill. Back off the immigration. It didn't help nobody. Man, y'all need to start waking up. Immigration ain't helping nobody except them. It ain't helping no poor people. Them poor people, you don't even know no poor people, half of y'all. Or immigrants or illegal or whatever, however you call it. Y'all don't even know half of them. And y'all worried about whether they in the country or not. You ain't finna do none of their jobs. So what difference does it make whether they gonna be here or not? Just wild. Just be doing some dumb shit, saying dumb shit. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah. You thought, oh, they gonna give me some money for ICE to get them immigration people out of here, and yet the rich people got all the money, and we all broke. Just dumb. Keep going.
Exactly.
Jesus, they just dumb. We benefited by immigration. Just dumb. Don't touch you not one bit. Immigration, I get it. We need to have control of the immigration. So what? But that don't benefit me in one way or the other. Just dumb. You just wanna be ignorant about other people, or just that's what this country is founded on. Immigrants coming here and making a better life for themselves. Now we mad, but they gonna take away from our money. Y'all ain't finna do none of them jobs, no way. Shut up. Keep going, D.
Another thing to point out is the economy. The reason why he's trying to crash the economy is because he wants the American dollar to dissipate.
Mm-hmm.
He wants America to deal with Bitcoin. That specifically is targeted towards wealthy people. Poor people don't have Bitcoin, but wealthy people do. So which means wealthy people would become more wealthier and poor people will become more poor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They want to rule the world. Like I said, they want you to beg them for crumbs. Yes, sir. Thank you for the crumbs that you give me. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what Viktor Orban did.
Right.
That's the reason. There's a reason why he loves dictators.
Okay. Okay. Trump ain't bringing no corporation jobs. He ain't bringing nothing.
As a matter of fact, they just ruined it. Hyundai in Georgia, they decided to pull all of their workers because they ended up arresting like 400 of them, South Koreans. The Nazi Gestapo arrested them, and the South Koreans were so offended that they took all of their workers back.
It was a Republican lady. It was a Republican lady who called ICE on these people on these jobs. It would have been 8. How many jobs would it have been for Georgians?
It would have been probably about I want to say probably about 2 million.
And she called ICE on these people. And now they thinking, no, we ain't finna deal with y'all like that. This is wild.
So that's $12 billion gone from the economy in Georgia.
Right. All because a lady who was a Republican wanted to call ICE. How is that helping and putting Americans back to work? How did it help us in any way, shape, or form? It didn't. Because she wasn't thinking. She was just, okay, let me call on these immigrants. Hatred for immigrants? You'll hate immigrants to your detriment. Stop hating immigrants to your detriment. Think things through before you start talking about immigrants. This is wild. I mean, but these people are radical. Some of these people are radical. Some people, I'm not saying the people in the audience are radical. I'm saying a lot of people are radical. A lot of people don't see none of this. We have conversations about Charlie Kirk. I don't know Charlie Kirk. I do know Charlie Kirk said some questionable things. I know he said some questionable things. I don't know all the things. I don't allow that kind of shit to come into my world. So I never really thought about what Charlie thought, blah, blah, blah. But I do know some of the things that he said were not helpful and did not help the community. I know he had an agenda. Was his agenda money-based? It's always money-based. It's always about getting ahead and holding the next man down. Nobody.
Kirk has become their martyr. And it comes down to freedom of speech.
Right.
Where they get freedom of speech. I call them the Nazi fascist white nationalist regime of pedophiles. They get free speech, but everyone else has to pay for theirs. And that's not freedom of speech.
Right. Right. And that's the problem. It's always on one side. It's always the one side that does this or one side does that. And it's not the other side. Instead of thinking of it in terms of, are we losing our freedoms? They about to attack the 14th Amendment. Ain't nobody saying nothing about anchor babies, now are they? That is the one about 14th Amendment, right? That's the anchor babies, or
Yes,
natural, the 14th and the 5th Amendment about you, if you're born here, you can stay here. They're attacking
yes,
that right now. So once they start doing that, they can get rid of people that were born from a foreign person, right? Ain't that what that would mean?
yes.
That you can, even if you were born from a foreign person, they can get rid of you. They're attacking the 14th Amendment now. Trump has already got a ruling in the 14th Amendment that says nobody can block him from doing what he wants to do when it comes to naturalized citizenship.
They also want to get rid of the 19th Amendment, which gives women the right to vote.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, so they're attacking these amendments. So y'all got to look at why they're attacking these amendments, why they're doing the things that they're doing. Okay. Are we impacted by the 14th Amendment? No, but a lot of people are impacted by the 14th Amendment. A lot of people would be. Second generation, it would be second generation people impacted too, right? Because they were born here.
Yeah.
Right. And the people that were, why would you even be messing with the 14th Amendment if you weren't trying to get rid of those people and their children? Why would you be messing with it?
Exactly.
You're messing with it because you want to get rid of the people that came here as foreigners and their children. That's wild to me. That is wild to me. That we have gotten to the point where we have to, on all these fronts, we have to worry about it. And it comes back to 2025. I want to invite you back, D, so we can talk about Project 2025 again. Once I punch the thumbnail, please come back, because you seem to be very knowledgeable about what we're going through, and maybe we can get more people on board that will start looking at that 2025 before next midterms.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. Thank you. Subscribe, like the feed, please, and thank you. I know y'all keep calling me ignorant and all of that. I thank you, D. Thank you for coming up. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I thank you, and you have a blessed night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I know y'all keep calling me. Y'all keep saying that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This young lady who was up here knew what she was talking about, knew what was going on. We challenge you to read Project 2025. We challenge you to read the ruling that went against the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment is about birthright citizenship. Trump is making strides or along to get rid of 14th Amendment or to amend the 14th Amendment. You guys need to start waking up. You guys need to start waking up instead of having hate, you need to start waking up. Okay? Hello.
Call from
Jerry.
Hello. Hello, Jerry.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Hello. How's it
Can
going?
everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Okay.
The last lady.
Mm-hmm.
She brought up a lot of points that were really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really good. Towards the end, she kind of lost me a little bit.
She read the Project 2025, and she says she's seeing the similarities of what's going on with the Project 2025 coming, that they're actually just following that 2025 playbook.
Yeah, it's like an agenda plan. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and like I've been on your stream for like 3 days now, and like a lot of like I don't just like go with my views and think I'm always right and want to like just trash people. Like I actually like take the information in.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me of the Zeitgeist film and what's really going on in it a little bit. And I'm starting to think that like, what if it's a psyop, like a huge psyop?
Mm-hmm.
Like even in the Bible, it says that the masses will be fooled. And what if like they are both wings on the same bird and they're just putting us against each other so that martial law could take effect?
Right.
Or, you know, just make enough rage to where like they can get away with anything, because as we're fighting amongst ourselves,
right?
They're going to do what they do, right?
That's the whole point. The whole point is they're flying above us, doing what they want to do. And we're down here fighting amongst us poor folks, and we ain't looking at what they're doing. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like you're either brainwashed by the Biden, Kamala left, or you're brainwashed by the MAGA right, and everybody's brainwashed, and we got to fight each other over the brainwashing. And
no, I think they made it so that we would think that this is a left and a right issue when it's really a poor and a rich issue. That's what I think.
I think it's just like keeping people against each other. And I do know that FEMA camps are popping up. And I do believe that Walmart was like built to be a separate hub to put us in FEMA camps. And I do believe that.
Whoa. Where did you hear that from? I ain't never heard that. I heard it from her.
You gotta watch Zeitgeist. That's this is 2012 conspiracies. This is like 2012. Like, and
what?
Yeah, like there's a Walmart on every corner for a reason.
Yeah,
like,
but I didn't think that was what?
Yeah, they're actually built to like house things. Like, I knew that. And then the whole pictures of black coffins going for fields, plastic black coffins. Those are real pictures. Like, those were leaked. And it's like, to me, I'm putting two and two together, you know. And I still stand on my beliefs and everything. Charlie Kirk, love the man, you know, but
I was busy being a wife and a mother and doing what I had to do to be a wife and a mother and running a household. This was not a priority to me to hear these kind of things. I heard a lot of stuff about marriage and family and motherhood. I was not out here looking at what Walmart was being built for, X, Y, and Z. Yeah, this is a comedy show, David. It's hilarious. You'll be hilarious when you get thrown into alligator Alcatraz. Be funny.
I mean, yeah, FEMA camps are real. I mean, I don't care if you're right or left. You can't deny that they're not there. They're there. No one in them yet, but they're there, and that's a problem.
Right.
And that's why I think that all politicians, I mean, they're all crooks. They're all pedos. They all play the same side. I don't think it's rich versus poor. I don't think it's the right versus left. I think it's evil versus good. And I think that, and evil will do whatever they have to do. Like, if they want to swing the pendulum one way, they're going to have certain school shootings, a certain race shoot this person, you know, just to swing the pendulum. And I think it's working perfectly. Like, I really think that, I mean,
it's working. It's working because we got people like David, Son of Cool. We got people on here just don't understand. I'm not saying Charlie is not X, Y, and Z, but Charlie, and they made him a saint and a martyr. I get what they're doing, but he was not a saint and a martyr. He was a regular individual. He was a regular person with flaws, just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. He's a soldier that thinks it's the same propaganda that we're all in. Now, he's still on his facts, his beliefs.
Right.
You know, and I believe in a lot of what he says. I'm a huge Charlie Kirk fan. You know that.
Right.
You know, but our dialogue last night, how me and you could come together, you were left and I'm a little bit right, and we could still, like, that's what America's about. Like, the
we don't have to demonize each other. We can. I just feel like it's another thing that is going on. Like, they are manipulating us. I
really think it's too. Like, what about the Georgia Guidestones?
Yeah, I just don't.
Like, I think it's all a one big agenda, and people need to wake up on it. Because, like, I mean, your chat helped a lot the last 2 days because it, like, opened my eyes. Like, well, what you're saying don't make no sense. You know, it really don't. You know, we can disagree on things.
Right.
And the last lady that called, I'm going to disagree on the whole immigration thing. I'm going to. I mean, they come over illegally. You can't be on a payroll. They're going to work, make that money, and then they're going to send it back to their families, which tanks our economy.
Right.
You know, that does happen. That is a problem. Right. But it shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be so much of a problem. Well, actually, yeah, it's really a huge problem. Like, that's a huge problem. We can't have that. Like, come over here legally.
Yeah, but the thing is, you and I come from opposite ways. How can we find common ground? Do you feel as though they all need to be deported, or do you feel like we should have some kind of amnesty?
I think there should be some kind of amnesty to where, like, they go through the process the right way. Don't just deport them. Don't just deport them.
There you go.
Stop them from working, put them in a line, and make them come in the right way.
Right.
I'm not saying just send them back because.
Oh, yes. The same with me. Make them all report. Make them all report to these sign-up stations or where, you know what I'm saying? Let them all report so they document it. Then we can find the criminals by these people. Whoever don't sign up by X, Y, and Z, then we know to come get you and kick you out. We kicking out everybody who ain't signed up in 6 months. If your name ain't on the docket, it's being here illegal.
If you ain't got a social security number, you're not here.
You're not here, so you getting kicked out. It is what it is. I believe we should do something like that. Yeah. See, we came to the same conclusion. We ain't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all about it. Like breaking the law is breaking the law. You got to come here and get a social security like the rest of us are born with.
That's right.
And you got to pay your taxes. And if you want to send money back after that, cool. It's your money. Do what you do. Stay on your square, right?
Right, but absolutely, but you got to come in here the right way.
The right way.
We got to have y'all documented. We got to have you documented. Because if we don't have you documented, we don't know who here. We don't know who committing crimes. We don't know any of these things. So we need you to get down to this particular place at this particular time, and you need to have it done by this particular time. If you don't, you're getting kicked out.
And then me and you are cargo. We gotta have social security numbers. We're cargo. I mean, they gotta keep track on us like product.
Right.
Why should they get away with not being tracked?
Right.
Like.
Right.
Everybody's being tracked. Like my thing is like I was so like, oh, fuck the left. Last 3 days in your chat, I've opened my mind. Like, you know what?
We can do this. Why ain't they? If they so damn smart up in Washington, why they can't come up with this shit? Because they don't.
And then I was thinking about this too. This is funny as fuck. So 800 people, over 800, lost their jobs, voicing their opinions online about Charlie Kirk's death.
Mm-hmm.
But you were dancing to it. I don't agree with you, but do I think you should lose your job and shit?
Right.
No, because if you think about, all right, if I'm so Republican, I'm thinking like y'all want them off welfare and Social Security and shit, but you trying to take their jobs away, which is going to push them to unemployment and welfare. So what the fuck are they doing?
Right.
To me, it's a psyop.
You see, start thinking in terms of these rich people they got an agenda. In order to keep us where we at, we got to do X, Y, and Z. And if we don't respond the way they want us to respond, they manipulate the media, and the media is that false, that media is that goofy shit. So I don't believe y'all. I don't believe the media. So they try to make us be manipulated through the media. And I don't like that. I'm just waking up to the fact that y'all all trying to play us. You're trying to play us regular folks.
I'm trying to wake up to think the same way. I think they're just playing us. I think we're all being played. We're sitting here debating right, left, white, black.
Mm-hmm.
I got so sick of hearing the term Nazis and these white people, and it's like we're all people. Like they're all part of the same fucking agenda. I think Obama's part of the same agenda. They're all the same agenda.
So where do you fall? On this Doge thing? Where did that money go?
All right, if we would stop sending useless money to like things like Ukraine.
No. I'm saying Doge said they saved some money. Where did that money go that they saved?
Who saved money?
Doge.
Explain Doge to me.
You mean the Doge people that Elon Musk is running in the government? They were going around slashing things and saving money.
Yeah, no, bullshit. How many roads do they fucking fix around our country that don't really need fixed? They just waste money on what the fuck they want to waste to make it seem like they're doing their jobs. You know what I mean? Like, why are we sending money to other countries like that? Why did Ukraine? You know the money we could have used for Ukraine? You know Ukraine's like the first, like, it's like one of the number one or number two, actually Greece is. Second, Ukraine. Most fucking, like, corrupt fucking places you could be. And then they're fighting with Russia. Like, that's not our business. That's not our business.
Hold on, Jared. What? She says, why are you singing it's different in regard? What am I singing differently about immigration? I have always, and everybody knows that I believe there's a certain way that we should have amnesty in this country. I don't believe in you just getting kicked out. I believe if you got amnesty, give people amnesty if you got the opportunity to do it. But I believe everybody should report. Everybody should report somewhere.
Yeah, we all got socials.
I have always said that. You can go on my channel. You can go on any videos that I've made. And I have always said the same thing. I need you all to report to the Social Security office or wherever and sign up. And then that way we know who's in here. And then,
what's going on. And I want to ask her this. I would love to ask her this right here. Why is it okay to take money from our economy because you're not documented?
Mm-hmm.
You get paid on the table, no taxes on it, which ain't helping any of us. And you get to send that shit back home to your families, which, you know, that's the righteous thing to do. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But why is that okay for us as Americans? How does that help us?
It doesn't.
How does that help me feed my kids?
It doesn't. That's why I'm saying it doesn't help us. I'm saying just kicking them out of the country doesn't help us. We have a
that's extreme.
We have a debt. We have that $1 trillion debt, right? Hey, when all of these people got to sign up in the Social Security, let them people pay the debt. Let them pay our debt off. You want to come into the country, you got to pay X, Y, and Z.
You got to pay some of our debt. Yeah, right. We're all in debt. Pay it.
This is where I'm at. I'm saying if you're going to stay here, y'all got to get them registered. They got to pay the debt off. They got to do X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying it's practical instead of trying to throw everybody out everybody out of the freaking country. Try to figure out how we can use them instead of we just kicking them out.
Using us.
Yeah, they've been using us.
Right, make them get in the back of the line. Like, nope, you can't just cut to the front and get this fucking paycheck and not fucking pay taxes. And no, get in line like the rest of us. Help us with the debt. Make America great.
Right.
You know, help us all. We all got children.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking at practical ways to help us out. And maybe
the American people.
Right. That's it. I ain't trying to do nothing else. I am pro poor people first. I'm for the regular American person, regardless of whether you on the right or the left. I am for the poor people. I am for the people that's down here with me. I'm for the people that can't pay their light bill except every other month. I'm for the people who have a hard time paying extra bills if something happened. My car break down, I can't pay for it. I'm always advocating for those type people. I don't give a damn about them rich people because them rich people going to take care of themselves. I care about the poor people. I care about the poor people down here with me who barely paying their light bill, who barely going to work, and pay.
Right. Who got to work 60 hours a fucking week.
That's it. That's
just
all
to buy groceries.
The rich people gonna take care of themselves. What about us poor people? Why you can't put a cap on rent? Why you can't do that? If it's a like for example, if it's a studio, they don't have to pay no more than $700 a month, regardless of the studio. And it's for between $700 and $900. You can't pay no more. A one bedroom, you can't pay more than $1,200 for a one bedroom. Everything else, you cap it. Why can't they cap rents? Why can't they do that?
Right. Why do we keep sending money across seas? You know, I really don't like Bush because I know he did 9/11. I don't like Bill Clinton because he signed NAFTA. Like all y'all did was take jobs. Like, why can't we keep? I'm a little bit of a nationalist. You know this. Why can't we keep jobs in our country so we can do better? My kids can do better. My kids have a future, have a 401k. Like, why are we sending so much money overseas and not worrying about our homeless, our vets?
Now hold on. No, this person was saying what I was saying. Calling ICE. I was saying it was dumb to call ICE because it does no good. Because it doesn't benefit you to call ICE. It doesn't benefit you to call ICE. Maybe in the short term, well, maybe it costs $75 for you to go. Maybe they give you $75 to call. But you at the end of the day, you feel good about separating people. Well, what difference does it make whether you call ICE on one person or two people? It don't make no difference. We need all of them to go down there and get signed up. We need all of them
signed up.
You one person.
Guess what? Deportations, fucking, it costs a lot of money to send them back. You're doing more damage.
Yes, we need a comprehensive way whether we gonna throw them out or we gonna bring them in. That's what I'm saying. This one person calling, two person call, that don't do nothing because we need them. We need the government to say, hey, all of y'all X, Y, and Z. Hey, all of y'all do X, Y, and Z. Not 1, 2, because the minute Trump got a call from his friends, them friends said, hey, man, you kicking out the farmers. You kicking out the hotel people. We can't have you doing that. And then you see how fast he backed up off of that? Them going to the farms and shit? No, we can't have that. Either they all got to register or none of them got to register. It can't just be 1, 2, 1, 2. All of them
but they have to register.
Yes, they all got to get out or all got to register, and then we know who's in the country.
You want to come to the country, benefit the fucking country.
Right.
Like register, pay taxes like we all do.
Right.
And benefit the shit. Don't just fucking milk off it.
Right. This is what we need, and it brings more money. If we give them amnesty, they can pay off our freaking debt. They can pay that debt off. You want to come in here? This is what you got to do: X, Y, and Z. However, we need to do it. But we can't just be doing this back and forth stuff. You can go, you get kicked out, but you don't get kicked out. But you get kicked out. No, you either gonna get them and make them stay and pay our debt off and do what they got to do instead of taking their money and sending it overseas or whatever. Either you're gonna make them pay or you're gonna get them all up out of here.
Yeah, because paying taxes, it helps every community. White community, black community, it helps all communities.
Thank you. You got to do something. But I don't all this back and forth. No, I want this stuff taken care of right here.
The right way.
The right way. But it is what it is. Thomas, why don't you give us a call? Or why don't you come up and talk? You're so smart. I haven't seen one suggestion from you to say, how do we get out of this?
Hey, Queen, I'm going to jump up the line so I can open it up for him.
Thank you.
I'll call back soon. Later.
Thank you. I mean, geez, when you have people in the chat, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys, blah, blah, blah. I don't see you coming up with any suggestions. We trying to come up with suggestions that help us. We don't need negativity over here. We need suggestions as to how the hell we get out of this. Because you act like you flying high. You act like you ain't in the shit just like we in the shit. We all in the same shitty boat. Yet you want to throw water on the rest of us because we ain't coming up with these brilliant suggestions you think we supposed to be coming up with. No, together, all of us together, we can have a power. If we all decide that we're going to do X, Y, and Z, if we all decide and say we want all the illegals out, they going to have to do something. They can't just sit up here and you can get out, you getting out, we ain't going to let you out, we ain't going to. No. I'm saying let's organize as a group, as the poor man's party and show these suckers that we ain't putting up with this bullshit that we've been putting up with. We're gonna be right back here next year doing the same damn thing next year. I want to mark my watch. What time? 11, 12. I want to see who the hell gonna be better off next year if we don't do nothing. If we just sit here and don't do nothing. Come up with some suggestions. Let's try to do all of this shit. Let's try to do something different. Instead of sitting here saying, you so dumb, you blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm saying. Start brainstorming about what we can do to make these politicians do what we need them to do. Instead of worrying about, yes, a new party. How do we start that? How do we do that? I don't know. I'm just saying, we're going to be back here next year doing the same thing next year. And we just here. I'm saying, let's do something different. Term limit. Let's advocate for term limits in Congress. We can advocate for that. We can get a petition online to advocate for term limits. 4 term limits, that's it. Then everybody got to go. Cap rent. I don't know, Maria. I don't know. That's why I'm here. For answers, to get answers, to give answers, to do whatever. Because we're going to be back here next year doing the same damn thing. And I don't want to be sitting back here next year doing the same damn thing, talking about, oh, the Democrats ain't shit. Oh, the Republicans ain't shit. And then they freaking getting richer and we poor people getting more poor. And we can't organize nothing. Let's organize for maybe gun control laws. Let's organize for cap limits, term limits. Let's organize for caps on rent. Let's organize on food banks, free food banks, free food. Maybe give every family $1,000 a month in food stamps for the next 2 years so we can all blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, you know.
Call from
Your nephew, Top Pro.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press
Ty Pro, hey.
Hello, HQ.
Hey.
I wanted to holler at you about what you're talking about, but first I wanted to say rest in peace to Trey Reed, that brother from Mississippi.
Yeah.
That was found in a tree, you know. Condolences to his family.
I was waiting for more information to come out with the young man before I said anything about that. More information.
Yeah, I've been hearing stuff, but it ain't nothing too official. They said he self-deleted, but he had broken bones. So hopefully the family gets a private autopsy.
Right.
But speaking on the immigration thing,
hold on. I'm saying a temporary freeze on the rent so people can get ahead or people can catch up on some of the things our jizzle. I'm not saying a permanent thing. I'm saying temporary so somebody can catch up. Okay. Go ahead, Ty Pro.
so and shout out to Jerry. He was making some sense, and I appreciate you having these conversations. Me and him had a lot of disagreements, and today, you know, we found some common ground.
Right.
And that's what you're doing this for, so that we can get past our differences.
Yes.
And it's working slowly but surely. You know, a lot of people got to get from the side they so to listen to the other side.
Right. We got to. I want to put a topic on the thumbnail, and I want suggestions from people. I want to find out how we can organize as a group, as the poor people. We can organize as the poor people. Try to do something. Try to change, because otherwise we're gonna be right here next year, right or wrong.
So this the thing. I've been hearing since like 2014 that the agenda from the left and the right, because I always looked at it as Pepsi and Coke, like a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people understand that they really, took the left hand and the right hand of one body. You know, they use these differences to keep us bickering and distracted and not working together.
Right.
And I've been hearing for a long time that the agenda is to delete the middle class.
Right.
Build that gap between low class and high class, and pretty much eliminate middle class living. That whole you could get a good job, raise that nuclear family from back in the day, because America is a capitalistic country, and it thrives on consumerism.
Right.
And per statistics, poor people are the biggest consumers. We the ones that get sick. We the ones that need big pharma. We the ones that need a lot of stuff because, we don't have the resources to, it takes money to make money. You know what I'm saying? When you got a lot of money, you can take care of a lot of problems.
Right.
When you are poor or you teeter in that line, because it's a spectrum to poverty. Everybody ain't, I'm going to have to eat out the dumpster today poor.
Right.
But a lot of us are, I can't afford to, eat all organic and go to Whole Foods like I could, in 2015. You know what I'm saying? So it is an agenda to separate,
to keep us poor, and to keep us separate, fighting each other instead of saying with each other, looking at each other and saying, "Damn, if we both open up this window, we both can eat." But they want to keep us fighting with each other outside the damn window, that we never get to opening up the window, right? So I'm saying, let's stop fighting, and let's see if we can do something to change some of this shit, little by little.
So the people in the chat, they kind of agree with the whole, struggling type of rhetoric.
but they keep pushing these narratives that are like, they push. I think that the problem that black people have with a lot of the things Charlie Kirk and a lot of people like him talk about is that they push negative stereotypes about black people, and that feeds the divide. That's why you guys can't understand what we say, because we've been going through these problems for a long time, a lot longer than you guys. You could probably learn a thing or two about surviving in a system that's trying to strip you of your rights, that's trying to keep you in a box. You could probably learn a thing or two from your black friend, and it would be helpful to learn about us beyond Martin Luther King, beyond Malcolm X. Those are two of the main people that you know, but can you name 5 other black leaders? And I'll guarantee you they were assassinated, and these guys weren't assassinated for speaking their mind. They were assassinated because they were making changes to the capitalistic government.
Right.
They were making changes to how we rock with each other. They were uniting people of all races. So there's a guy who created the Rainbow Program in the Black Panthers, and that was a program that fed the homeless and made sure kids had food and after-school programs. They were doing stuff to help the poor. You've been speaking about solutions to help the poor. I would challenge people in the chat that's been rocking with you to go learn about Fred Hampton. He was murdered in front of his family in the middle of the night at 22 years old, in front of his wife and children, because he set plans in motion that united Mexican people and the poor white people. I believe it was called it was something Patriots, and it was something for the Mexicans, and it was the Black Panthers. They were all united. They were all helping each other. They were all working together in Chicago, and they were all making sure that, yes, we are all poor, but we all going to eat. We all going to have clothes. We looking out for each other. And I think that mindset will become very important to have. So I do challenge everybody in the chat.
Right.
Go learn who Fred Hampton was and some of the things that he taught to help each other, because he definitely was. You say Charlie Kirk was the guy that was uniting everybody and he was speaking for everybody. Well, he was a rich Christian guy. So if you love Charlie Kirk, go learn about some of the people that we grew up learning about that were deleted for pushing those same agendas that you say you believe in so much.
Right.
And that will help you have more respect for us, and that will help you come to the table with a different perspective on what you think a black person is in America. We're not all crying victims. We're not all gangsters and hoodlums. We all didn't grow up without a father.
Right.
You know, a lot of us just want to be left alone, take care of our family, get a house, put our kids through school. So go learn about some of our leaders other than Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and maybe that if you wanted to learn and respect Charlie Kirk, go learn and respect some of our people, and then we can come to the table with a better perspective with each other.
Thank you.
That's it. I'm so proud of you, Booski. I'm gonna drop down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And see, that's the thing, St. Charles. Kirk was a 31-year-old talking down to the 19-year-olds. He did it for money. See, that I think he dropped out of school, and then he started talking culture wars. He was more of a culture war person than he was a political person. He wasn't a political person. He was a culture war person. Okay. So those are culture wars that he started. That's fine and dandy. If culture wars is what floats your boat, go ahead. I'm not culture wars don't change what I think. I don't care about the LGBTQ. I don't care about trans people. I don't care about tampons in the bathroom. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about having an AB, abortion, AB. I don't care about that. I care about the direction of this country. I care about where we're going, what legacy I have with the kids. Do we, for our kids, do we have a mountain of debt when we leave here? You people on the right care about those social issues. We don't care about those social issues. The left cares about policy. And I appreciate all who hit the like button and all who signed up to subscribe, because I will be back here tomorrow. We have a topic tomorrow. I think the topic tomorrow may be the 14th Amendment. I'm not sure what that topic will be tomorrow, but it'll definitely be something. Wait a minute, I don't know what the topic is. What's the topic for tomorrow? Let me see. Topic for tomorrow. Hold on. I don't even know. Let me see. The topic for tomorrow is shoot. Oh, I'm not sure, but it might be the Charlie Kirk gun control law bill. The Charlie Kirk gun control bill. Can we get a gun control bill put into place? Can we do that? Okay. We don't know. So here's the thing. Charlie died for the right for people to have gun laws. Okay? For to have gun rights. And the right to carry, I believe in the right to carry arms too. But maybe there should be some more control on it. I don't know. Should there be more control on it? I ain't trying to take no gun. I'm saying maybe there should be something about some of the big. I have never touched a gun. I have never touched a gun. I've only been up close and seen a gun one time. I've never had the opportunity to even get near a gun. So they're not scary to me. But I do know that there needs to be control when children keep dying because of it. Right? Children keep dying because of guns. And mental health people with mental health have to have taken away.
Call from
Jay.
To accept, press 1.
Hello, Jay.
Hey, just a little bit, to speak on a little bit of the whole gun control thing.
Okay.
Before the stream starts, to give everybody a little introduction of what they're going to be facing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you can't take our guns because of school shooting because it happened. I mean, no, because that's disarming.
I don't really know the argument ins and out. I saw this online and somebody was like, well, maybe we can get some gun control. So you don't think that would be possible at all?
No, if you look at when they took the guns from Europe and things, then you get acid bottles in people's faces, knife attacks. You can't stop violence. Violence is violence because of the reason why I love this channel is because we can have open dialogue.
Right.
And we can stop some of the hatred and the violence and the sickness. Taking away guns will not stop hatred. It's just gonna upbring what? We're gonna ban everything until we get down to plastic forks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hate is hate, and they'll do whatever. They'll start blowing up your cars then. They're gonna do whatever to get their point across because hate is hate. Evil. That's why I said it's evil versus good.
Yeah, but
Taking
how do
away
we
guns,
somebody's saying there's guns in the hood. How do we get rid of those kind of things?
You're never going to. It's not even possible. A gun grab? Who's going to turn their guns in? Nobody. If anything, they're going to buy more before the gun grab hits. You're never going to stop that. And if you did stop that, it'd be like acid bottles, cars being blown up, people stabbing people with plastic forks. What needs to stop is all the hatred.
Right.
That's what needs to stop. It's not a gun thing. It's a mind thing. Let's stop the negative messages.
So what do you think about? So what we talked about? You think that should be our focus? Our focus should be trying to figure out how we can make our lives better as everyday, average, normal individuals. Like maybe get term limits on these politicians for one.
Yes. Oh, I'm a firm believer that Congress, the dinosaurs in Congress who can't even use the internet no more, who are on the same agenda since 1960, they got to go.
Yeah, I believe
they got to go.
We gotta. I think that should be our number one focus. We need to get them people out of there. They need term limits. If they got more than 5 term limits, they got more than 4 term limits. You got to be out of here. You got.
They have to go.
Yes, cause we need fresh ideas that'll help the country move forward, and we just stay in the same place. I don't like that.
Nope, absolutely. And you know what? What kills me is we'll hire armed guards to protect our money at banks, but we won't do it to protect our children.
Yeah.
Why aren't there guards at schools? Why aren't there guards at? Hey, if anything, since we got guns, and please don't take our guns. That'd be the worst fucking thing you could do, because that gives the government who can deploy troops and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, don't take our guns. We need that. That's our Constitution.
Ooh,
that's our Constitution.
Even the word guns make me. I just feel terrible for the people. Just terrible. But
we still need them.
But I understand. I understand that. I'll figure out another headline. I guess
they want to guard the bank.
Beat me up tomorrow. You gonna beat me up if I had it. I still have it on there, and I already got people a negative. I already got thumbs down on some of that stuff. So
yeah, the gun control thing. No, we need guns. We need to be able to defend ourselves against the system. The system's still there.
This is why Charlie died. But he said, I will die for the right to defend people in the Second Amendment.
Yeah, let me speak on that, because he said something that was along the lines which they're using against them, is they're saying that when school shootings happen, oh well. I kind of agree on that a little bit. Now, don't get it wrong. I'm not insensitive. I love my kids. I got 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
They go to school every day. I couldn't imagine being in that situation. But you can't disarm millions of people who are using it to defend against the system, crooks, everything.
Right.
You can't just disarm everybody because some psychopaths off a hate idea, which is starting from TikTok and the internet, y'all. You can't just disarm us all. That's wrong. That'd be the wrong way to come at it. That's all he was saying.
Right.
He was, and he died by a gun. I get that. I get that. He died for the same rights that he spoke about. I get that. But he wasn't saying, hey, go take a gun and shoot who you don't fucking like. That's not what he was saying at all.
Right.
You're just saying that violence happens. It's going to happen.
Right.
Regardless if you take the guns or not.
Right.
But don't disarm all of us. Don't do that.
Yeah. That's why.
That takes everybody's freedom away. And what did the Nazis do? First thing the Nazis did was disarm Germany.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First thing they did. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it.
That's right.
Don't take our guns. That'd be the wrong thing to do. You can't even do it anyway, because they're gonna hide them. You're not gonna do it anyway. It's a dumb belief.
I know that's right. Well, then, thank you, sir, for coming up. Y'all know I gotta go to bed. I'm old.
Yeah, I'm going to bed too. Love your channel. It opened my eyes a lot. The good channel right now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You have a good night, Queen.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, compadres. We'll figure out what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow. We'll have an interesting conversation some way, somehow tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about the 14th Amendment. I can move it up. We could talk about the 14th Amendment. How do we fix the immigration? What can we do about the immigration? Can it be better? Can it be worse? Is it going to get worse? Let's have a conversation about it. Or we can have a conversation about, maybe we can have a conversation about some crime, some more crime, some other kind of crime. What idiotic lady again? In May, let me help you up out my door. Little fucker. What you come in here talking to me for? Let me help you out. Get the hell on. Let's talk about welfare and how you've been riding it. Yeah, sure I have. I don't even know what a food stamp looks like, idiot. Get your ass the hell up out of here. Oops. I didn't mean to ban him. I didn't mean to do that. I think immigration is going to get better. So I hope so. Anyway, I appreciate you all. I appreciate. I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to ban you. I don't know how to put you back in there. I don't know how to put Frank back in there. For some reason, I banned him, but I didn't mean to do that. If somebody can unban Frank, unless I have to do it, I'll have to do it some other time. But I will. I'm disabled. I'm on SSI, and I don't get food. It say, why the hell you talking 2 point crazy? Well, wait a minute. Maybe they ain't. Jesus. I gotta go to bed. Get hell on. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share. We having discussions. We ain't having hate. We having discussions. We gonna break these haters down because these haters ain't gonna break me. We gonna break these haters down. Black girl gone wild. You wild, say Charles. You crazy. Good night. Good night. Y'all wild. I appreciate y'all. Just hit the like button, hit the hate button. I don't give a shit. I gotta go. I'm starving. I'm too old to be doing this.